What we need to start doing with you two, since you guys are the music aficionados, is react to some music videos.
This is true.
K-pop reactions.
I'm down. I'll do it.
The vicious army of K-pop fans.
So you want us to get beat up?
Yeah.
Well,
Jumped by like 20 people?
the hate comments would be crazy.
I didn't really like Jimin in this song. There's like, oh, cut,
say it again.
cut to us like in a gutter. It's like, oh my god.
They've just been murdered.
I hear that they're like some of the worst fans.
They're like super.
It's almost
They
as
can be
bad
like
as
super toxic.
Like horrible, like life-threatening types.
Yeah. They'll like find your address and post it online because
They'll dox you.
Yeah, they'll dox you. They're almost as bad as Nicki Minaj fans and Beyonce fans.
Well, funny enough, this episode's called Execution.
Funny enough.
This episode's called Nicki Minaj.
Hey everybody.
I'm Sam.
I'm Caleb.
And I'm Will. And we are Working Title.
Y'all, this is Death Note, episode 17, Execution. Blast on. Lack of,
Knowledge
yes,
and a new personality. The original Light Yagami returns.
hell yeah.
Who is really Kira? L must find out.
What is Light without Kira? We will see. Does he have the Riz?
Probably so.
Not while he's in a jail cell. So guys, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, check out the comment section, and leave a comment. Just say hi in your native language. Typical Adam line. Bring it back, baby. Most importantly, check out Patreon, get early access over there, and support the show by watching it yourself. We're gonna punch it.
Execution? I hardly knew her. Come on now.
That was good. That was really funny.
Hey, come on.
I really don't understand.
I don't get it. I didn't get it.
It ain't made no sense.
To kill criminals whose names are broadcast. Outside of that, you're free to use the Death Note however you wish.
Who's
That's
this?
the only condition. If everything happens as Light Yagami planned, this should help save Misa. Do as I say and you'll get what you want. In the end, it works out well for both of us. I suppose for someone in your position, you'd call this good business.
Who is this?
The president?
They just
Mr.
50.
Are you alright? There's no reason for you to keep doing this to yourself.
One way or
Oh,
another,
he looks
when I get out of
emaciated.
here, it will be with my son.
Wow, the chief can be pretty stubborn.
Light, how are you feeling right now?
I'm okay. Ryuzaki, I know that in the time I've been in prison, no new criminals have died. However, that suggests to me that Kira must be someone who's intimately familiar with my situation. And if
No,
that's
Light.
case-
The reason criminals have stopped dying is because you are Kira.
No, I'm not Kira. How many times do I have to say it?
If Light were Kira, he'd know that I was bluffing, so why is he getting so upset? He honestly seems clueless.
This is just cruel.
'Cause he
I don't
is.
care if he is a suspect.
He's been in
Light
jail
still
for
has a
50
right to
days,
know that
man.
criminals are being killed again.
Honey. Yes. Are you okay? You're so tired.
Is that supposed to be funny? Please just let me go.
This is highly illegal.
To see Light.
Yeah.
Please.
Highly.
Let me.
Like freaking world laws.
I'm not sure how much more of this the three of them can take.
Ryuzaki, you have no reason to keep Light locked up anymore. I'm sorry, but with all due respect, from where I'm standing, it's starting to look like you're only doing this because you don't want to admit that you were wrong about Light.
Yes, I figured you'd say that.
Okay, fine, but we do know that Kira killed Lynn L. Taylor and those FBI agents, right? As Light said, if Kira could kill while under surveillance and without access to information, there would have been no need. Ryuzaki, it's time to start looking for the real Kira.
I don't know what business deal they traded with the businessman, whoever that was.
Yeah.
Like, what was that all about? Bro, enough of your sweets, fuckhead. Do something. Jesus.
Mr. Yagami,
Yes, what is it?
would you be willing to come to headquarters just once? I'd like to discuss my thoughts with you, but it must be done in person. However, above all else, I need to talk to you as Light's father.
All right.
He literally looks like he's been starving himself. No, give us the fucking conversation.
Nope.
I am pissed. I want the words to be said.
It's crazy because I actually love his father. It's crazy. I love the more unhinged his father is.
Honestly, all this time I never pictured you as an old man, Mr. Stalker.
I am not your stalker. I'm a detective with the NPA.
What? Hey, wait. I remember now. You told me I was being arrested for being the second Kira.
They grabbed her by the
For real?
face. Good job.
No, you're a stalker. There's no way the police would blindfold me and tie me up all fetishy like that.
Ew.
Anyways, it's kind of weird that you have my hands and feet all tied up, even though you're planning to let me go.
Please, just keep quiet.
What are they... What is about to happen? Oh my gosh. Oh, I don't like this.
Misa!
I missed you so much, Light!
Dad, tell me, what's all this about?
He's your dad? Oh my god, I totally called you dad a stalker, said he was old and all kinds of other rude stuff. Pleased to meet you. My name's Misa Mane. I'm Light's girlfriend and I'd like to...
Chief.
What is he about to do?
Let's go. Get in the car.
I was starting to think I'd never get out of there, but it feels good to finally be cleared.
No. I am afraid you two are being taken to your execution. I wanted to be the one to escort you to the execution
It's
site.
bullshit. It's not actually happening. They're gonna see if they
not
roll.
far from here.
Execution? What the hell are you talking about?
El is convinced that you are Kira, Light, and that Misa Amane is the second Kira. He is convinced that the only way we can prevent the murders is to execute the two of you.
I don't understand. The killings have already stopped.
No, El was trying to get a confession out of you, Light. He would have said anything. But at this point, that's not the problem. It's political now. You see, El's suggestion that the killings would stop if you two were eliminated was unanimously accepted by top officials in the UN and the Japanese government. They want Kira to disappear.
It's a lie.
No trial, no publicity.
But that's completely insane. Please, Dad, I'm not Kira.
Right.
Insane, but possible.
Anyway, this is your own son you're talking
El
about.
made this decision, not me. And his word is absolute. Over the years, he's tackled the most difficult cases, solving all of them. He's never been wrong.
You trust El more than you trust me, your own son?
El went so far as to stake his life on this theory. If the killings don't stop, then he too will be executed.
What?
El said that? What can he be thinking? I know
If it's not him, vote me next round.
That's my favorite play in Among
He's making a
Us.
mistake.
Bullshit.
It worked every time.
Something's not right here. It's just, it's not like El at all. The El I know would rely on hard evidence. He has to have the truth. Is he really planning to end it like this?
All right, we're almost there.
Oh my gosh. They just kill him under a bridge.
This will do. Looks like there's nobody around to see us out here. I decided it would be better for us if I brought you here instead of the execution site. Listen to me. I'm going to kill you here and then kill myself.
No!
What are you talking about, Dad?
No,
That's
dude.
crazy.
Say that! You kill your only son for El? If you want to die so bad, why don't you kill yourself? If you do this, you're no different than Kira.
I am nothing like Kira. I am bound by my responsibilities as a parent and as chief of the NPA.
Dad, come on, she's right. Think about it. If we die here, the truth will never be revealed. Please, Dad, you have to let us escape.
Too late. Either way, you will be executed. At least with this, I'll be the one to do it.
Please stop, Dad. I'm not Kira. If I die here, Kira wins. Can't you see?
Amane, I'm going to die here with my son, but I have no reason to kill you. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's only a matter of time before the police locate this car. Then they'll transport you to the original site and execute you there.
Dude, there's no
Light, my son. From one murderer to another, I'll see you in hell.
Oh!
No, Dad!
I don't believe that shit for a second. I don't believe it. It's a lie.
That's crazy.
Although it did have me kind of.
Man, I ain't reading all that, bro.
I ain't reading all that shit.
Subletting it to yet another person is possible too.
Interesting.
You could have 3 levels of Death Note writing
From one
without
murderer
using
to
it.
another, I'll see you in hell.
No, Dad! You used a blank.
You can still kill someone with blank.
That's how Bruce Lee's son died.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness? What's going on? I don't understand.
Wait, was he played to?
Forgive me, you two. I know that was hard on you, but it was the only way I could get you out of prison. Were you watching, Ryuzaki? I did exactly as you said, and as you can see, I'm still alive.
Yes, it was a convincing performance.
If Amane were the second Kira, who only needs to see a person's face to kill them, there is no doubt she would have killed you before you had the chance to fire your weapon. However, as we agreed, I will end their confinement immediately.
There you go.
And as we discussed, Amane will remain under surveillance until Kira is apprehended.
Hey, no fair! You still suspect me?
If I were you, I wouldn't complain. You get to go back to your normal life. If you're innocent, the surveillance shouldn't be a threat to you. Think of it as complimentary police protection.
Oh, I get it. Since I'm not the second Kira, it'll be kind of like having my very own private bodyguards.
As for your
Sure.
part in this agreement,
Whatever you want.
You and I will be together 24/7. And that's how we'll remain until we've brought Kira to justice.
Best friends forever?
Fine by me. We'll catch Kira. Together.
Woohoo!
I look forward.
I already know that's gonna go now.
Woohoo!
I've already figured it out.
Yeah, baby!
I figured it out.
Are you sure this is necessary, Ryuzaki?
This is as difficult for me as it is for you.
So is this what you meant by being together 24 hours
That's
a day
not
with
gonna
him?
last.
Looking at you, I never would have guessed. Are you on that side of the fence, Ryuzaki?
That's because I want to, okay?
But like
I'm not doing this
belongs
'cause I
me.
want to,
I want to
okay?
share him with you. If you're with him 24/7, then how are we supposed to go on dates together?
Oh, you can still go on dates, but it'll have to be the 3 of us.
No way! Are you telling me we have to kiss in front of you and stuff?
I'm not telling you to do anything, but yes, I suppose I would be watching.
That's so gross. You really are.
Why do you grumble like that?
Might you please make
Yeah.
Misa stop talking now?
Listen, Misa, that's enough.
Misa,
The
shut
police have
up.
already established
Anyways,
this. You
what the
said was
ment?
cute, so you're lucky to even be here right now. They have every right to talk to you.
Please never
Don't
stop
even
talking.
say that, Light. In case you forgot, I'm your girlfriend. Don't you trust your own soulmate?
What do you mean, soulmate? You're the one who said you fell in love with me at first sight, Misa.
So why would you kiss me if you didn't have feelings for me? You took advantage of me.
About this love at first sight, it happened in Aoyama on May 22nd, didn't it?
So what?
Why did you choose that day to go to Aoyama? And do you remember what you wore?
It's like I told you. I just happened to go there. I don't know why. I don't remember how I felt, and I don't even know what I was wearing. Anyway, since when do I need to
The
read
tone
my
shift in this
notes,
episode
Aoyama,
is so
huh?
strange.
Yeah.
Somehow, when you came back from Aoyama, you knew that you were in love with some guy and that his name was Light.
Yes.
And yet you yourself have no idea how you came to know his name.
Yeah, so what?
Tell me, what if Light was Kira? How would it make you feel?
Huh? How would I feel if Light was Kira?
That's right.
Oh, that'd be wonderful. I mean, I've always been grateful to Kira for punishing the man who murdered my parents. So if I found out
so
that Light
weird.
was actually Kira, that would be like a bonus for me. If anything, it would make me love him even more. It wouldn't be scary at all. I'm a supporter of Kira, so if I found out my Light was actually him, I'd think of how it could be helpful.
That's very generous of
Bro,
you,
they
but
hate
I'm
this.
pretty sure
Like, it
Kira
is
always
dad.
needed your help.
The
Well,
glamour.
Lisa,
Yeah.
based on what you just told me, there can be no mistake that you are the second Kira. But you made it so painfully obvious that I don't really want to believe it.
Whatever. It's not believable because I'm
Whatever.
the second Kira, okay?
Anyway, for the time being, you'll remain under surveillance. But from now on, for all private and work-related affairs, Mr. Matsuda will be accompanying you as your new manager, Matsui. Your agency's been kept quiet and police don't know. Don't close cover.
This old guy's my manager? Oh, you can't be serious.
Come on, what's wrong with me, Misa? Is it the tie? Because I can get...
Would you cut it out with all this dating, kissing, and Misa talk already? This is the Kira investigation. Stop messing around!
Sorry about that, Aizawa.
No, it's all right. I just figured out what the problem is. Misa Amane, it's time for you to go to your room.
Why?
Off you go.
Let's go on a date, even if it is the three of us.
What the hell is going on, bro? It turned into a comedy so fast.
No way. Like I told you earlier, it's completely one-sided.
Then could you at least pretend to be serious for the sake of the investigation? There are two things I know about Amani for sure. One, that she's involved in this. And two, that she's in love with you.
You want me to become intimate with her to gather information about the second Kira?
Yes, I think you could do it without arousing her suspicions, and Amani would definitely be a valuable source of information for us. Not to mention, this is the main reason why I agreed to release the two of you.
Ryuzaki, as much as I want to help you, and as important as the Kira case is to me, I can't manipulate a woman's feelings like that.
But he was okay to hit her.
So I understand. To me, exploiting another person's feelings for personal gain is unforgivable, and I won't allow myself to stoop that low.
There's something wrong with this picture. It's as if he's a different person now. Is it possible that this is an act?
I would never gaslight a woman. I couldn't bring myself to do it.
Yagami too.
The spirit of Kira.
What's wrong, Ryuzaki?
Would you stop?
Nothing.
Stop putting the sunglasses on.
Well, considering Misa will have a lot of contact with the public, it would be helpful if you could make sure she has the right information.
By the way, do you think we could come up with some kind of alternative to this system of moving from hotel to hotel every few days?
Yes. In fact, I had that very same thought some time ago.
He's gonna live in his room.
So,
He's gonna live in his room like
I
we
arranged
do.
for a facility to be built. Construction started right after my first meeting with Mr. Yagami and the others. It should be finished in a few days.
I hope there's bunk beds.
Here it is. 23 floors above ground and 2 below. Although it's impossible to see it from the outside, there are 2 helicopters hidden on the roof.
What? That's amazing.
Ideally, I want all of us to spend as much time here as possible. If the investigation team grows, we can accommodate up to 60 people.
Wayne
Lisa shouldn't
Enterprise.
have any complaints, and she'll have her own floor.
I want to solve this no matter what it takes.
Oh my
If you're
God.
serious about that, you should try to get close to Misa and find out about the second...
I can't. That goes against my principles.
Right, you said that.
Right, you said that.
His principles that just
feeling
now
really
appear.
motivated right now, Chief. Ryuzaki, Chief Yagami, Light, let's get out of here and bring Kira to justice.
Excuse me, I couldn't help but notice you missed my name.
Nah, you're the manager, bro. Get out of here.
Get the fuck out of here, loser.
Alright, show the
What is this dark
the bad
attack?
businessman.
Yotsuba.
The bad guy.
What
This
the?
looks like all of us. Let's get started, shall we? We're all here to further the growth of the Yotsuba group by reducing competition. So the question is, who is going to die?
I'm not thrilled that we have to do this every single week. This may be irrelevant, but I have to wonder what prompted Kira to start killing business people in addition to the usual criminals and such.
Come on now, haven't you figured this out yet, Takahashi, huh? This is the most advantageous course of action for Kira.
Advantageous? He's basically started a killing service, Higuchi.
You have a lot to say considering how stupid you are. I'd hate to see you get killed because of it.
Despite the fact that we're all relatively young, our salaries have virtually eclipsed those of the other employees in the company.
Damn, cool.
It's unlikely he would choose to back a particular company, no matter how you look at it. One of the people in this room has to be Kira.
Bro, this is a game of Among Us.
Yep.
That guy looks like white with
back to
glasses.
business. Does anyone have a proposal? Who should we have Kira eliminate this
The
week,
guy above him looks like
gentlemen?
Ryuk.
Human beings are truly disgusting creatures.
The Succession War arc.
Literally, that is exactly it.
This episode was so weird. This episode is so fucking weird,
I
dude.
can agree.
Why was there slapstick stupid comedy in my investigation show? All of a sudden got Hunter x Hunter levels of like stupid jokes. It was so dumb.
This girl needs to get out of here right now.
I lost it when I was like, can you tell Misa to shut up, please? And then she was like, oh, you have to go on dates with us and stuff? He was like, yeah, I guess so. Like, why did he grumble like that? God, the show doesn't make sense. Or it does, but the shit they decide sometimes is so weird.
Honestly, what it feels like to me is like American Psycho when you watch it and then for some reason the themes don't carry over to the following scene.
Exactly, bro.
And it gives you this atrocious whiplash. And you're like, what the fuck is happening?
You go from him stabbing a homeless man in an alley to him at Corsia or Dorsey or whatever, doing cocaine in a bathroom and having fun. You smell like shit. You need to go get a job.
Why isn't it possible, Will?
It's just not.
Why not?
Stupid
Stupid bastards. I figured it out.
You figured it out.
I figured it out.
want to hear what you figured out.
I didn't even step
Massive Crocs, bro. Come on.
Okay.
What did you figure out?
So, Light's play is that I guarantee that this is going to be stuff that happened off camera that we don't know, but he has set up an array of things to figure out. And so that by the time that they come to the conclusion to find this other Kira, i.e. the CEO group, whichever one, I think it's the bald guy. I don't know, they didn't show us, and clearly Rem is in the room, so it's one of those fuckers, but we don't know which one, and they're playing their own game of Among Us. But
at the table,
ultimately, Light is going to figure out who that is, and he is going to... his idea is that he will get himself to stumble upon the Death Note, and then once he stumbles upon the Death Note and they've cleared and found the real Kira, it's game over at that point. He's going to then be able to retake his mantle and be cleared. So he is going to like, we are going to have a really long time of him being like Detective Light and not Kira.
I'm so excited for Detective Light.
Yeah, me too. But that's the play. I don't know if he left breadcrumbs along the way to figure it out, or if it's all getting played by Rem and new Kira,
or if it's completely cold turkey and the hopeful assumption that because of
how smart Light now will be, that they will be able to figure out as a group.
Yeah, that it will just happen to be that somebody will have to come in contact with a Death Note of sorts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a pretty damn good assumption, Will.
Yeah.
We'll see how it plays out.
That's where I'm leaning.
It is not a bad assumption. I would like to start off today's reaction or post-talk talking about the extreme contrast in the first half of the episode and then the second half. And I would like to propose, since the show cannot be changed at this point, that perhaps the gun execution portion should have been attached to the previous episode in terms of its themes, and then started off with a fresh start the second half.
Yeah.
Though I personally wouldn't know where you double down on the introduction to the Among Us crew, and then focus on the more comedic tones of our group that's now a more happy, unified family.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would still be a weird, like, tonal shift from episode to episode to do that, but it was very odd in this. I like where the show's going, and I liked what happened in this episode, but it was very weird to go from, like, probably the most intense episode so far to not knowing, like, I mean, I knew that he wasn't going to kill Light. I mean, I just figured, but I wasn't sure if he was going to be like, I can't do it, and blow his own brains out. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't sure if that was part of the play of it all. But regardless, it was very weird to go from that to, come on, let me do it.
Yeah.
Like,
you don't like me?
Classic anime goofy moment.
Yeah.
No.
It's also just a little out of touch too, because the show just hasn't tended to lean that way as
Ever.
well. And that is one of the things, as for anyone who watches outside of this particular playlist, is something that I don't tend to be a big fan of. I tend to more prefer this a consistent tonal shift. I've complained about it in AOT for the few times it happens, Full Metal, because I wanted that show to be a bit more serious, and then they go to like the goofy when I'm trying to like really jump into something that feels deep and thematic.
Yeah.
So, well, Death Note is not exclusive
to the troubles of
the troubles of anime,
the silly anime trope moment,
the anime community, and it's
silly
what it is known
moments.
for, unfortunately.
Top 10 funniest Death Note moments.
See, that's the thing.
Then again, Vinland isn't even exclusive to that, because they have that little toad guy running around screaming in one of those episodes that feels like, what the hell? Where did this come from? That is the most anime character you will ever see.
Oh, the French dude when they're invading
little
the castle.
tiny French man.
It felt really weird.
Yeah.
It's just weird too, because like this show, I don't know if it's supposed to be funny. I have to imagine it's supposed to be funny. Like us, the way we reacted to some of like L's weird moments, or Light saying like, you know, the crazy shit that he says, like him freaking out about the whole bomb thing. Like he managed to rig his house with a bomb.
I know how to create thermite out of glue and barf soap.
Or like, you know, with the whole like, first time in my life been provoked to hit a woman. Like those are like funny moments. And it's almost...
But that just might be us, though. Like, we might just think...
That's what I'm saying. I don't
somebody
know.
thinking or saying this is funny.
I don't know if it's us that think it's funny because it catches us off guard, or if it's actually supposed to be funny, but I prefer that than what we can.
I wouldn't say you are far off from how the audience in general feels. Now, there is always going to be the anime community that is like, you cannot laugh at the material that is happening. Are you making fun of L? But I think those are just the people that take things a little too serious.
Get over yourself.
Like, at the end of the day, no one wants to be staring at L's toes. You could have had one line in the show and said, I just need to let my toes play around so that it's my form of OCD. You know how people like have to do this when they talk, like they have to like always look everywhere but the person they're talking to, and it's like their little comfort zone.
Yeah,
it's their little comfort zone to like focus on a conversation, but it's isms that people have.
The isms, yeah.
The tisms.
Can you cut this whole part out?
No.
As soon as you said people start looking away when talking, I can see Will's eyes looking at me because he knew I wanted to say it.
Can you control yourself? Damn.
It's not my fault.
L obviously has that, and what's frustrating is the show triples down on the toe staring rather than just like all he needed was the bit at the coffee scene where he said like, I don't do this because I want to, I do this because I have to, which I can understand
as he interlocks his toes.
He interlocks toes with light.
Because mood, I have my own little weird things, but like L is just very weird.
What's your weird thing you do? What do you do?
I have to have like white noise or something playing, like when I used to do homework.
That's like everybody.
Adam has his little like gadgets on his fingers to fidget to focus in conversations.
Nice.
I don't know what you guys have.
Damn.
Did you point at me and go, damn?
I just really want to make like a bad joke, but I couldn't even think of one to make. Sorry.
His one to insult your integrity.
No, it's not.
Caleb can't look me in the eyes.
For your confrontation, that's why I wear glasses. I don't know. Anyway, let's get back to it.
I love your moment of putting the glasses on.
I know, I was like, Sam,
something happened and Sam just goes.
Look, I'm like, what's that gonna help?
You're like, my poker face is really bad.
But yes, just to continue, the goofy ass episode.
Goofy,
It is not enough for me to be taken out, though. I do like this episode quite a bit.
I can imagine a version or world in the show where these people are this base level that they're at, and they aren't sociopaths with death books. That's probably how they'd be acting if they were like normal teenagers, which it seems like, at least at the moment, that's how Light and Misa are acting like they're just normal, normal teenagers.
Although Misa does appreciate Kira.
Yeah, she
for getting her get back for her parents' death.
Getting her get back.
Yeah, and basically that's what it was.
Yeah. And we started the episode with the announcement that the killings have continued viciously. They are on. It's been 50 days, and they are not really happy with Elle keeping. The other two detectives aren't really happy with the extent that Elle is going to try to get this method accomplished. It also brings up something that I always hate too. This is just me in general. One of the things I tend to hate in life is when you might be right about something, but okay, I'm trying to think of a way to explain this. Like, Elle is correct in his assessment. However, there is no possible way, because there is cheating involved, that he can be perceived as correct, so he will just fundamentally be in the wrong in most scenarios. The problem is, he goes to the extent I think most people would go to punish somebody that is evil, but because there is just only him that is able to know that it's right in the moment, that everybody else just perceives him as this wackadoo. Like when you play a video game, but you're going to lose because the mechanisms of the game are to make you lose or you lag out. Something you cannot control, and you will come off as the loser in something, because the game doesn't know how to perceive it, and so it just decides that you are the loser in the scenario. So it's a weird thing, because Elle, being who he is, knows he's correct in his assessment.
Yeah.
There's just no way to get it right, and because of that, he has to do some, what you would call self-justification, for the betterment of the outcome, and take on kind of a more villainous role, I would say.
Yeah.
And if you notice, and I don't know if this was intentional in the show, but the show did its first new lens of how to see Elle, in at least the perception of Chief Yagami in the car. When he said this plan out loud, he was no longer perceived in that blue justice light. It was more of a green, snaky haze. I don't know if that's supposed to come off as that, but I tend to associate green with more of a sickness in terms of colors. Like red is like passion, or sometimes villainous. Blue is Jedi. Like there tends to be consistencies in movies to make blue more of the good guy, but now we have this green texture, and this show has always been very visually thematic, so I wonder if that's supposed to show that there's a shift in what Elle as a person will go to now, and we saw earlier steps in that with the cameras. That was one of the bigger things, is kind of taking away the right to privacy.
Yeah.
And now, like you said, very perfectly so, this is super illegal. This is as illegal as it could possibly get.
I mean, they were already going to illegal depths by putting cameras in the bathrooms before, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's not surprising that they had pushed this far. It's just that, they are going beyond at this point what they really should be doing.
They're all in their own forms of straight jackets. I mean, Chief Yagami is the only one that's okay because it's self-induced. This is what he chose to do at the end of the day.
But he has Light tied up on the floor for days.
Yeah, he is.
The man is just sitting on the floor with his arms and legs both bound.
Yeah. That's not. I feel like that's almost worse than a straitjacket. At least in a straitjacket, you have a form of comfort, and it's not straining on your body.
Yeah. Having your arms just behind your back for 53 days straight.
Yeah, dude, that will change how your body feels.
Your spine would be fucked.
But, he was also stuck laying on the ground in a fetal position that whole time.
He had to get up and hop to the bed and just fall on the bed.
Yeah.
And it's just, I guess it's kind of frustrating for me as a viewer, because you watch the guy with the afro who obviously making it does make sense. He's very upset about the situation. And Elle will take the flak for it, but it's also damn, it's so frustrating when you know it's true, but no one can believe you.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting, too, for this show, is that in the whole time that I've watched this, I've never rooted for Elle.
Yeah. I know.
Even though...
You've been a big... You love to see him be squandered, because he tends to be the squanderer of life.
That is true. But it's not even that. It's not even that because he is always winning. It's because... I just think that the show does a good job of like wanting to see Light win.
Yeah.
I feel most shows that have a villain as the protagonist really do a disservice as to making the audience really want to see this work out or succeed. Like, of course, I don't want to see him kill people, but I want
is more exciting.
Yeah, and
you don't want to see him get squandered.
At this point, I do view L as the antagonist. I do view him as the one that is ruining our plot at this point. Like, he is the one that's our enemy, and we need to beat him. Whereas,
I want the challenge of winning. I don't care what Lake said.
I don't care what Lake said.
I don't care if I'm backing the serial killer.
It's a good point. The reason most audiences tend to enjoy villains more than heroes is heroes provide stasis, but stasis isn't super exciting for storytelling.
Yeah.
Storytelling is where something comes to change, and that always tends to be the villain that brings change to a story.
Yeah, but usually, too, we aren't rooting for the villains. You know what I mean? Thanos doesn't come on screen and we're like, yeah, do it!
It's like... until, it depends. Sometimes
it's only till the spectacle. If it's like a spectacle thing, you know, like Thanos, what he ends up doing, we're all like, yes, I want to see it happen now. Mm-hmm. But usually it's, we want to see the hero be triumphant against the insurmountable odds, you know what I mean? Yeah. Whereas in this, it's like, you are the insurmountable odd, and we want you to succeed or find a way. Even though L seems unbeatable and Light has finally found his key at this moment to win. Side note too, with like the whole car fake execution thing, I actually do wonder how much L has pull with the UN and like the world governments and the police force and all, because he does operate in a very unchecked way.
Yeah.
With no worry for repercussions otherwise.
Yep. I mean, he bought a building, probably with UN money, too. That is the biggest skyscraper in Kyoto. Or wherever.
Yeah, I mean, that was a crazy ton of money that he's provided. But providing money is one thing, but being above repercussion is another thing. You know what I mean?
Sure.
They're offering him FBI agents.
He's basically an arbiter for the law.
Yeah.
Basically, what he says apparently is what the go-ahead is.
Yeah.
Though we haven't really seen people try to be above him. It's more been people checking up on Chief Yagami to see, hey, how's it going? People are losing faith in L, like, how's it going? And then whenever they're on the phone with L, it's like, oh, yeah. Oh, that's good. Yep,
whatever you say.
Sure. Uh-huh.
And the other thing, too, is L... I mean, the only time that L has lost faith is when the FBI didn't want to put any more of their agents in harm's way. Yep. And they're like, we're not doing it anymore. What you had is what you get. We can't sacrifice more of our resources. We want to stay out of this Kira business. So, you know... But it's just, I want to see more as to where he places in all of this. L specifically meaning.
Yeah. There's still a lot to learn about him.
Yeah.
We don't even know his name.
Yeah, we still don't know his name.
Or do we?
We know that he spent brief time in Europe, and that is about it. And he has a man named Watari that serves him.
Yeah.
And exuberant? Not going to try to sound smart. I was going to try to use a new word today. Exuberant?
Yeah, that's how you pronounce it.
Fuck it. And he has an atrocious amount of money.
Oh, yeah.
Exorbitant.
Yeah. Exuberant something else.
Trying to put new words into my arsenal so I can sound cool.
Yeah. Me too. I tried that.
Throw the glasses on when I'm embarrassed now.
The coping mechanism. The copium right here.
Copium's hitting Sam real hard right now.
Also, me just aspiring to be like these two that I can never achieve. You can understand why Among Us is so great to me.
Yeah.
It's basically my outlet to
be these two.
To desire to be as good as L and Light, and I can never fully achieve it.
Yeah.
I have my brief moments, but it's never as good.
He used my strat. I want to say I without any knowledge of the show, I came up with that strat on my own. I swear it's Sam, and if it's not Sam, y'all can execute me next time.
The white self-report.
That is the cop out. I hate that route.
Because it works. It's so stupid.
See, I think I tend to be, because obviously when you're the killer, you are going to be more emanating a Light persona or Kira persona. And I think I actually enjoy being the L. I think I like trying to call out who the killer is more. It's a lot more fun.
It's definitely harder than just being the killer. And
for sure.
And just being like, no, I didn't do it.
Well, I feel like the manipulation part is a little bit easier because all you have to do is make friends, be seen in places like the typical Kira stuff. You have to be seen in places where the killer isn't.
Yeah.
You have to just come up with good alibis, and it's a little bit easier where you have to actively, and even if you're going against two killers, two Kiras, Misa, Aramane, and Light Yagami, then you have to sway the crowd's opinion by what you say.
Yeah.
Which is, I would personally say, is a harder task than being the killer and trying to get away with it. Because you just have to be silent as the killer, or just bring up when people talk to you.
Yeah. Well, the killer in those instances, whether it be real life or in this, their biggest play, other than creating an alibi, is knowledge. Because if they're able to be, like, aware of their surroundings, what's going on, who is where, who's doing what. It's funny because you both have to be very observant from like a detective point of view, from the serial killer imposter point of view, because if you can be observant enough to be aware of what's going on and be able to create an alibi for where you are, and allow a killing to happen but be in the right place, doing the right thing, because if you're just playing and you're like, oh, I was doing this thing. That's not a thing you can do in this game, or you know what I mean. Whatever. I was folding laundry. It's not a thing. And the detective, same thing. If you're observant enough to know what is going on and who is lying or who might be giving some half truths, you can figure it out.
And I don't mean just for the audience. I do not mean Among Us on like texting. I like games like Spyfall where it's a lot more like communication based, where you're talking with people, trying to figure out who is the liar in the group. Games like Mafia are one of my favorite games
Mafia's
ever.
like top game ever.
Seriously, it's super fun. The more people you can get to play, the better. And obviously, for anyone who's seen Cyberpunk, which I don't think have come out yet, I have a VR, an Oculus, and it is like one of my favorite games I've played in like the half decade because they have Among Us, and you can literally put it on, and you get the option to actually talk with people. People can hear the way in which you conduct words, so you have to make sure you don't sit and giggle through your lines. Like, you have to keep up a tone. You have to like try and convince people. It's really fun. Like I get all the things I always wanted out of a Mafia game, but Mafia, you have to have a party to do it.
Yeah.
We're not partying all the time, so it's like easy access to get that like muscle.
Yeah.
But Chief Yagami, back to the episode. He went through the plan, and damn, I feel bad for that man for having to go through that step, but now his child is free for the time being. But holy shit, what kind of mental toll does that take on you?
I mean, he had to lie to his kid and tell him that, he's putting him down.
I'm going to kill you.
And I mean, even honestly, to pulling the trigger, because of the way Chief Yagami is aware of the amount of games that L plays, there has to be somewhere deep down where he's wondering to himself, am I actually going to kill him? Even if he's told me, hey, take this gun, it's loaded with blanks, you're not going to kill your son, but I need you to play this part. What if all this is really just a ruse to get him to do it? You know what I mean? I know that L hasn't gone that far yet, but L plays a lot of games with people. Sure. And even to put Chief Yagami's own life on the line to have Misa kill him.
Yeah.
I mean, that
is the ultimate like test of proof. That would be the concrete evidence finally provided too. So it's almost like a sacrifice that Chief probably signed on board for because I think the eyes being used would have been the best way to get some supernatural evidence to be finally brought to the table, which I don't think they were counting on, but it would at least give you an idea of what kind of government stuff are they working with?
Yeah.
Like what kind of contact lenses do these people have or something? Yeah. I don't know. But I think we just got one of the coldest lines in Death Note so far. Light from one killer to another. I'll see you in hell.
Yeah,
I love that. From one murderer to another. Yeah, I love that. But then we got the silly portion of the show.
Oh, so silly.
Yeah.
So goofy and silly. We got our family dynamic.
I love
up.
slice of life Death Note. This is so cute and quirky.
I'm glad.
But
I'm lying. I didn't like it. It's trash.
I'm sad.
That's stupid, and I hate it. This is not what I want from the show, unfortunately. Save it for Mob Psycho, because that's the kind of stuff that goes on in Mob Psycho.
Yeah, but they are handcuffed, so okay.
They're stuck together 24/7, no matter what.
Dating will be interesting going forward.
Yeah.
Afro cannot handle. Aizawa
the memes.
Cannot handle the memes. He is Caleb, essentially.
He's literally me. He was like, the fuck's going on? Get her out of here. This
feels
we're
wrong.
done. I'm done. Okay, done.
Breaks the fourth wall. The show is shit. What has happened?
Did you guys like the tonal shift? Well, it's done now. Throw the girl out of the room.
And then, yeah, we didn't really get much of where that trajectory is going to go, but we have new players in town. We got a group.
The boardroom.
The boardroom. The actual.
What are they?
Us.
The
Yotsuba?
Yotsuba? I
think it was like Yotsuba.
Yotsuba.
So they...
Rem has passed on a death note, apparently by orders of Light, supposedly, I think, is what she said. Yeah.
They're dealing in some type of business transaction where one of them is continuing to kill... Whoever has the death note is continuing to kill people, but also allowing them to kill businessmen to let one business reign and take over. I guess probably some type of monopoly, corrupt organization type of thing going on.
Yep.
I mean, that's cool.
Yeah. I don't really understand where exactly... Like, they're all sitting there trying to figure... Because they're all trying to be the CEO of this company now. Because they're all up for it. So they're trying to figure out who is the imposter among them.
Sure. Because
they all think each other's Kira, and they're basically... I'm guessing new Kira is going to be, try and become the CEO at this point.
Yeah, I mean, basically already realized the story use of why they're introduced into the story at this point.
Yeah.
How many Kiras can we get, though?
How many Kiras? It's a good question.
I want 10 Kiras by the end.
That's a great question. We never returned to the one Shinigami that said he was going to come down to Earth. Remember? Do you remember at this point?
Yeah, I do.
No.
He was like an egg shell.
He was an egg?
He was.
He was like, this is interesting. I think I'm going to go head down. We never got back to him, so...
Shout out Egg.
Who knows where that guy is? Yeah, and I guess the rest are playing cards. I think the one with the bone, the deer head, I thought he said he was taking interest, but we never returned to him. But it's so far removed, so... Yeah. Maybe there will be others, Caleb.
10,000 Kira.
100,000 Kira.
100,000 Kira.
I'm guessing the one with all the diamonds in his face. We didn't see that one yet, have we?
The king.
Yeah.
We briefly saw him. They had mentioned him, and they did a quick shot.
So that is the king one.
I think so.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. I figured I didn't think we had seen him yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. How far have you seen into the show? 27, you said?
I have 8 episodes left.
Oh, so we're close to Sam reaction hour too.
It's like there's 32 episodes in the series.
Okay.
So was it 24?
Yeah. We're at
17. We're at 18 because we just finished 17.
Yeah. So then you saw 25 up to 25 or 26.
I just need before we close up shop. Y'all can do whatever. I just need to check IMDb Bizzle.
IMDb Biz.
I need to see where exactly we are. Because I always like to think we're far away from things, but I might just be completely wrong.
You're like, wait a minute. I've only seen one more episode than this, actually.
There's 37 episodes. 37 episodes.
I was going to say, I thought there was more.
Okay, so correction. It is 37 episodes, and I made it to 29.
Okay, so we're like 11 away from where you have seen up to. Are you aware of how this show ends?
No.
Okay.
No, I know. There is one thing I have.
You're aware
an idea about.
Oh, you have an idea.
From like a YouTube thumbnail a while ago, but I'm gonna do my best to make it not a conversational piece. Honestly, based off where I assume the story will go with my future knowledge, it was kind of a thing that the show already teased, but we shall see. We shall see. Yeah. Any last thoughts before we move forward into the Among Us arc?
I want corporate America commentary in Death Note No more funny jokes. I don't like the funny jokes.
Okay.
They weren't funny. Except for Afro Man standing up really fast. That was pretty funny.
I liked Elle telling Misa
that was funny
to
too.
shut up.
Yeah, can you just shut
No,
up?
Can you make your
he had
girlfriend
to ask the man to make the woman shut up.
I know, that's so fucked up.
Can you let your little girlfriend let her know that she should not be talking?
That's why at the moment the episode...
Can you
when
manipulate her? Please?
Manipulate your girlfriend right
Can
now.
you have intercourse so we can learn some things?
Ugh.
Please?
That's
You literally said
what
that.
That's what I said.
Get closer to her. Huh?
It just
I don't even like her.
It just made me laugh when there was a moment where it was like... It clearly was like... L or Light, tell your girlfriend to shut up. Okay. Honey, the men are speaking.
Shut up.
Were they insinuating that Light or that L is gay, or that
Yes.
L has a kink
She
with
said-
handcuffs?
I think she said...
She was saying you swing that way. You
You
play
swing.
on that
Yeah,
team.
you
kind
play...
of.
She's like, so are you on the other side of the fence? Or, and he was like... He's like, I don't... Shut the fuck up.
I
Child.
want to do this.
I don't like you.
Alright, well. Guys, if you made it to this point, make sure you leave a like on the videos. We would appreciate the help. You can also check a comment or leave a comment. You can check out the Patreon. The show's banger. Be there with us always, and we are gonna go forward. Punch it! Towards the camera.
Shut it out!